Kitchen Garden Allotments.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Dan's Kitchen Garden Allotment. Just before this video starts, please go along and hit that subscribe button and come along and join the family. Let's get this video started. So then guys, what I thought I would do today is a March allotment update because it has changed from the last period. We have had 3 days of nice warm weather and it dried out the soil a little bit more so I could come up here and dig, which I didn't record because I don't want to put 4 hours out of there of me digging ground. So let's have a look at the allotments and to see how it's changed. So then I'll start off on plot 1, and as you can see that all the ground has finally been dug. I have just got a tiny bit more to do just up the top there, but there is plans and there will be a video very shortly on that bed on the allotment. So this year, where I had my sweet corn last year, I shall be putting my butternut squash on plot 1. So that's going to be rotating the beds a little bit, and the sweet corn is going to be over where the butternut squash was. These beds are probably 2 foot by about 10 foot, so they're nice and long and quite wide, so it gives me quite a bit of space to grow at the allotment. As I move down the allotment a little bit more, where I placed the winter onions, I had a complete fail on the winter onions last year, so this year, so I won't be sowing them at all in this bed for this year. What I've decided to do guys is here I'm going to have some marrows and courgettes in this bed here. And as I move across where the old potato bed was, I did recently put a comment on Facebook asking what I can do with this full clay bed, because it's an absolute nightmare to dig and even grow in as well. So I have had a couple of comments, and that will be released on one of the future videos or a video just before this. So I'll just let you know that the onions will be going into this bed, but a different way this year to save me from weeding and easy maintain and looking after as well. Where the garlic is, the garlic has come up absolutely brilliant. We've got 2 varieties here. We've got soft neck garlic and hard neck white garlic at the back here, and the garlic has grown quite well this year, and as you can see they're just starting to get brown tips, so that's telling me that they're going to need a little feed very, very soon, because they're taking all nutrient out of the ground. And when these come up, probably middle of May, late May, hopefully, if they're all good, I will be putting my tomato plants in this using the empathy booster seeds I had, what I released in the last video. As we move up to the pond area, I still need to get some wildlife flowers just to go around the outside, which I'll do in a future video. And I come up this morning and we have got frog spawn in the pond. I'll just zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it. So that is telling me that that pond is perfect and ready to go. The water level's fine and they're happy enough to lay their spawn in my pond. So it looks like another year with no slug pellet being used. That's always an advantage. That was probably one of the best decisions I decided to do on the allotment, and that was to put in a pond. My rhubarb, as you can see, this one here is getting quite old this year, and it's just starting to get a little bit, just starting to come up mounds of grass and bits and pieces. I think towards next year this will be coming up and I'm going to be sowing new rhubarb, as I've got new plans for the end of this allotment at the end of this year as well. Brussels sprouts, where the Brussels sprouts and cabbages go, the cabbage cage, that's all been dug over. I put a little bit of horse muck in it. Obviously the horse muck is over a year old, so I know it's not going to burn any of the vegetables, and it will hopefully put some good energy and bacteria back into the ground for this following year. Where the runner beans normally go, it still stayed the same, all dug, canes are still down because of the weather we've had in the recent last few days. We've got a storm coming very soon, so it's best to keep them down for the moment, and I will probably put them up the start of April. So this is how allotment 1 is looking, and as I've always said, there is some plans for the end where the shed is, but that is going to hopefully come at the end of this year when lockdown and everything is over as well. So let's go and have a look over allotment 2. So then guys, allotment 1 and allotment 2 are two completely different allotments. Allotment 1 I like to keep in contained beds. It's the place I like to do my tomatoes and sweet corn and stuff like that. But allotment 2 I've decided to keep it in strict rows and just keep it in traditional rows. And why have I decided to do that? Because I can put rows of carrots in, rows of parsnips in, and also I can grow my big pumpkins, as you see from last year, if the bloody thieves didn't get them. Never mind, hopefully this year we won't have that problem. There's a few more cameras up and there's a few more deterrents I've done on the allotment, so hopefully they won't touch my pumpkins. If they do, I'm going to be sitting in the shed overnight watching them, gardening them. So then, let's have a look at allotment 2. So then guys, this is allotment 2, and as you can see, it's mainly in rows. This area here is where I've dug the last 2 days, and it has been a bloody nightmare to give it its first dig. What I intend to do is go 2 depths down, 2 spade shovels down, and turn it over so it has a proper aeration in the ground as well. So at the end of this year, this is where the old shed's going to be going. I'm going to weed membrane this ground and put the shed, what's on, I'll just spin you around, sorry about dizziness. This plot, which is plot but 1, is going to be moving here, and we're going to have a new shed and a new sitting area on plot 1, because that is the main allotment. So that's why this area looks a little bit scruffy at the moment, and it's one of them jobs you can do on a summer's evening, and you can just have a clear out and straighten the ground out a little bit more. So this gooseberry tree, I got donated it last year, so I didn't see anything last year, but I'm finally starting to see it budding, as you can see. So we're going to have delicious gooseberries this year by the looks of it. As we move down, these are the raspberry canes what I transferred last year, and they're not up to very much at the moment, but to be honest with you, I'm not too bothered at the moment, because of I will probably end up pulling them out, so I got space and access into the new shed. This area has all been dug. In this area here, we're going to be putting parsnips, carrots, beetroot, and 3 rows of potatoes, because of where the potatoes were last year. As I've just said, that's going to be the new onion bed. And as we walk down to the end of the allotment, we've still got a little bit more here to dig. We're probably just going to dig out this section here, just to bring it up to a full square, so we have plenty of room to grow. And this section here is where the giant pumpkins are going to go this year, and also we're going to do a row of, they're called spring butternut squash, so hopefully they're going to be quite nice. And the way I'm going to do the pumpkins this year is lay weed membrane down and cut out in between them, so hopefully they can grow without the weeds taking a lot of the nutrients out of the pumpkins as well, so we can get bigger pumpkins. So as I move back, guys, this is what plot 2 looks like in the middle of March. So then guys, as you see, the allotments are coming on, and the season has, for me, finally started. I like to call March time my season started. I will be starting seeds soon, and then videos will be coming out on the channel very soon as well. What I plan to do this year is, you will see as normal the normal seeds of me sowing tomato seeds, cucumber seeds, and I'm going to follow them up through the whole year, and at the end of the year I'm going to do a little time lapse of all of the seeds, like say all of the tomato seeds, from sowing them to harvest them, even eating them. So then, I hope everyone else is on their allotments at the moment and get down. I did see that on Facebook groups there is a few allotments at the moment who's had trouble with snow and cold weather and even flooded out. I'm quite lucky here because I don't get that so much along here, because of, if I spin the camera around a little bit, I'm on a nice high hill, and any main wet weather gets down to that side of the allotment and stays on that side of the allotment. But saying that, my allotment at the top here, we have clay. We're on full clay and it is quite hard to dig. But my brother's allotment further down, which I'll do a tour on maybe this month, is completely powder. He has fantastic soil down there. So my plan is in the future, maybe get down there, nick a bit of his soil and bring it up, and do a swapsy of soils and see if there's any change on that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little short video. It's all much appreciated. I hope you're all enjoying the videos coming out at the moment. We are going to be back on Sunday and Wednesday uploads, so I hope you enjoy that as well. And if you're new around to the channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to come along and join the family. Please hit the like button. If you're watching this video and you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button and make sure the bell notification is switched on at all times to notify you when I upload a video. Until next video guys, I'll catch you later.